What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 waterslide accidents caught on camera part 2. Now going on water slides at any sort of amusement park is always a risk, even though for the most part the millions of people who go on them daily remain unharmed. But today we're counting down those who got a little bit less fortunate. Anyways, make sure to click the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Let's try to smash 5,000 likes on this video, but with that said, let's get right into it. Number 5. Now, if I'm being totally honest, it's actually pretty hard to feel bad for these guys, because what happened to them is completely their own fault. I mean, most people don't need to be told that jumping into a pool without any water is a bad idea, but for some reason they decided to do it anyway. Not just that, but they even went to the top of the tallest slide and only threw down enough water to just about cover their way down in the bottom of the pool, as if that would be enough. And so yeah, obviously it wasn't, and as soon as they hit the bottom of the pool, there just wasn't enough water to slow down their speed. So because of that, well, they just skidded across the floor and straight into the stairs on the other side, falling over each other and bruising their backs for good measure. I mean, it looks super painful and it's almost hard to watch, but hey, on the bright side of things, at least it wasn't us.
They come past. Oh!
Number 4. So this is another one where I have no idea how it could have happened, but either way, I'm glad it did because it's super hilarious. Basically, this dude looks both ways before walking across the slip and slide, almost like he's crossing the street, but somehow he doesn't see the guy racing towards him. Like, I don't know about you guys, but that makes me kind of think it's like a setup, even if there's absolutely no faking what happens next. So yeah, he strolls across ridiculously slowly, and of course the kid crashes right into him, but the way they both react is pretty extreme. Like, the first dude is knocked over but gets away mostly unharmed, but the same can't be said for the guy who was trying to cross. I'm not even joking, he straight up does a flip, being knocked into the air and somersaulting, and would look super awesome too if he didn't land on his face. Number 3. Now this one is way less funny because the person involved is a 10-year-old kid and they got hurt even though they did absolutely nothing wrong. I mean, this isn't some homemade slip and slide, like he actually got hurt while riding a normal water slide at a huge water park and acting just in the way he was supposed to. So to kinda explain it, somehow the power of the water flipped him out of his lane and onto the concrete, but the power of the water meant he just kept on sliding. Now thankfully no bones were broken, but he was left injured, which made so many people question the safety of not just this water park, but water parks in general. Like, it seemed like the problem was just too much water was sent down the slide, but nobody really knows for sure, and since it was the first day the park was open, things definitely weren't all the way figured out. With that said, the kid was fine in the end, but I'm sure he'll probably be staying away from huge water slides for a while.
In my view, the responsibility is two parts. One are the designers of these rides. I mentioned they get faster, kids want faster and higher and stronger, and the rides get more dangerous. So you have to design these rides before you open to the public in a proper fashion. And then the second is the owners and operators of these parks. You have to inspect them daily. In fact, I'd inspect them more than once daily. In this particular case, I looked at the video, it looked like an awful lot of water was going down that tube.
Number 2. So if you want to build your own slip and slide out in the middle of nowhere, then I'm probably not going to be able to stop you, but this video might make you think twice about just how steep you want to go. I mean, this thing is basically just a dugout shape with a sheet and some water on top, so it's already pretty dangerous, but the track they build takes things to a whole new level of brutal. Like, the woman who decides to take a chance on it gets way too much air in the first ramp, so when it comes to the second part, she crashes down on her neck really hard. I mean, after watching this chick fail super hard on it, I'd probably still want to try it, so let me know in the comments if you go on it with me too. Okay, here's our honorable mention. So this is one of those times where I'm actually pretty glad the video went the way it did, because just looking at it, you could tell that things could have gone a whole lot worse. I mean, this kid decided to go down a super high slide into a completely dry swimming pool, which is literally just asking for trouble. Thankfully though, his friends had the sense to pile up tons of floaties where he was gonna land, and it's a good job they did, because without them, his landing could have been a whole lot messier.
Watch out, move, move, move! Move, don't grab my hand. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Number 1. Okay, look, if you're gonna make a homemade slip and slide, you should think about what you're doing, not just stretch a plastic sheet across the ground and call it a day. Like this one has nothing holding it down except for a couple of mini pools at the end, so people have to stand next to it and make sure nobody falls off, which is why everything goes wrong in the first place. I mean, this guy goes a bit too far to the right, and if it was a proper slide, that wouldn't matter, but instead it causes a huge disaster. I don't know why, but the girl tries to tug the slide to push him back in the middle, but instead she just steps right in his way and they end up totally crashing into each other. It looks real painful, but hey, if you hear a bunch of people screaming your name, you better look up and move. And there's our video on the top 5 waterslide accidents caught on camera. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever I upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use your extremely handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.